Welcome back Across the Spectrum. I'm Jason Griffin, Business Politics Life. Glad you're with us. Look us up online, www.jasongriffin.net. Talking about Bank of America and their $5 debit card fee fiasco and the fact that this has cost banks dearly in the past month. 650,000 new customers at credit unions over the past month compared to 600,000 new credit union customers in all of 2010. What this really gets to, if you want to be successful, you have to recognize needs and take action. The flip side, the opposite of recognizing needs and taking action, is simply just gouging your customers. There was an interesting question asked in a recent article on Slate magazine, Slate Online, www.slate.com. Is it a magazine? Is it an online? One of those two, right? The question was this: what's behind Univision's remarkable success? And Univision, for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, it is a Spanish language network that broadcasts in the United States. It's a Spanish language television network. And this is a good article for media buffs like myself. The keys to their success. I mean, Univision has consistent nightly programming. That's one of the keys to their stellar ratings. They run the same 3 shows back to back to back every night of the week. And we even expand on our theory as to why that's fantastic in another post. But for this discussion, it's really all irrelevant. Because if you're not a media critic, Univision's secret to success is a lot more simple than that. And that is that Univision recognized a need and they took action. Univision, by the way, don't dismiss that network as simply a Spanish language television network that has no relevance in business in the United States. Univision, 1 week in September, ranked higher with 18 to 49-year-old adults than any other English language network in the USA. In business terms, that's called a successful operation. Why is Univision successful? They recognized a need and they took action. Regardless of where you stand politically on issues like immigration or English as a national language, the fact remains that there are over 35 million native language Spanish speakers living in the United States. That is over 10% of the population. That's almost equal to the entire population of the state of California. It does not take a rocket scientist to figure out that most native Spanish speakers would rather watch television in their native language, regardless of their fluency in English. I mean, just imagine yourself as a native English speaker living in Latin America. Even if you're fluent in Spanish, wouldn't you much rather watch television in English? I would. Univision recognized a need and they took action. It is as simple as that. It doesn't matter if the vast majority of the people living in the United States are English speakers. It only matters that there are enough people out there who have that need that their use of the product will be enough to make it successful. Recognizing needs and taking action are the first keys to success. Here's the opposite of that: trying to gouge your customers. And that's why Bank of America is in trouble. When a business tries to grow revenue without recognizing the needs of others and taking action, they resort to simply trying to get more money from their current customers. Sometimes that move works, and sometimes that move backfires. Every enterprise wants revenue. That is a simple law of business. what Bank of America did in order to accomplish that goal, instead of saying, let's find new products to offer to our existing customers, instead of saying, let's find ways to get our products to people who have traditionally not had access to them, instead of trying to explore different business models, instead of using their imagination, instead of using ingenuity, they decided that their current customers should simply give them more money for the same service. There is no recognition of need and taking action. It's simply trying to gouge your customers. These moves don't always backfire. Companies raise fees due to increased costs all the time, but they do fail often. Increasing fees on existing customers only works as long as there are no other alternatives. But it's those increased fees themselves that make the opportunity right for competitors to see the incentive in finding a way to do it cheaper and more efficiently. Recognize the needs of others and take action. That's just really the first keys to success. If you can do that, you will be successful, either as a business owner, as a business executive, or even as just an employee. Recognize the needs of others and take action. And we have this debate ongoing here in the United States. We're struggling to create jobs. You have business owners, you have business executives everywhere seeking to expand their business. Everyone needs to be asking themselves, where are needs not being met, and what action can we take to meet them? I mean, if Univision's any example, the money's sure to follow. We want to create jobs in this country. We need to be thinking about needs and taking action. That's how you create jobs. That's how you, as an individual, become more successful. For more, make sure to look us up online, www.jasongriffin.net. You can link to our podcast. You can read our latest blogs. You can watch our videos. It's all there. And make sure to subscribe to our Twitter feed and our Facebook page. And we'll talk to you next week. I'm Jason Griffin. This is Across the Spectrum, Business, Politics, Life. Thanks for listening.